Okay, the gray one is the blue character, and the blue is the silver character, huh? That's how it is? You sure you're not pulling my tail? This don't make any sense. Hello everybody, Sparkster1701 here, and we're taking a look at an interesting Transformer this month. Well, all this month they're going to be exclusives. The first one up here for our Legacy exclusives is Silverstreak. Silverstreak will be the easier of all of them to obtain, as he, as you saw there on our title card, is being released under the Buzzworthy Bumblebee label. As you can see here on his instructions, he does have the Legacy logo on here, so he's also intended to be part of that line. Now, many of you are probably going, who is Silverstreak? Well, Silverstreak is another name that is commonly used with another Transformer in the line, Bluestreak. Now you see, there's a complicated story behind this, as you probably guessed with our opening skit with Larry. Bluestreak was originally depicted in the 1984 catalog as being in a blue color. However, for whatever reason, it was later changed before the toy got onto American shelves into the gray color. But the name remained despite the fact that Bluestreak did not have a trace of blue on him. And throughout the intervening years, there have been multiple versions done of the different two vehicles. And so the name has been flip-flopped around several times. So it's almost as if they're trying to say that Silverstreak is the blue car and Bluestreak is the gray car. Does that work out for everybody? Doesn't work for me either. But in either event, it's still a nice homage to a classic character. Plus, some of the older G1 fans might prefer having an actual blue-colored Bluestreak. So you can actually bring it home, call this one Bluestreak, and then go with it as you please. It's in your home, you do as you please. But as we said, this one will be more readily available. This version of Bluestreak was from the Earthrise line, and he was an exclusive to Walgreens stores. So, the body still winds up being used as an exclusive. But then again, it was also used very repetitively over the years, as the body model has been used for not only Bluestreak, but also Prowl, Smokescreen, and in the Siege line, a slightly retooled version of this body would also be used for Barricade. So all in all, they've gotten quite a lot of use out of this body. Okay then, let's take a look here at Silverstreak's accessories. And we will start, if he will give it to me, we will start here with his rifle. Just done up in a very similar style to the rifles in the G1 era that Bluestreak and company used. As we can see here, here's the Bluestreak rifle from the Earthrise toy. And as you can see, it is exactly the same, except that it's molded in white. And then, of course, he has two of these smaller guns. On his shoulders, they will match exactly the ones that are on that Bluestreak figure, save for again being in white. These are to emulate the missile launchers on the Generation 1 toy. The large holes on the sides mean that they can be plugged into the posts. On his gun, and you can create a super gun. So if you'd rather just have all the pieces in one spot, you do have that as an option. However you would like to display him. At any rate, let's take a look here at Silverstreak and take a look at his articulation. And since he's basically a remade toy, he should have the same articulation as the previous toys. His head will turn from side to side. And it does rock a bit up and down, so it is on a bit of a ball joint. His arms can be raised out about so far. And when the door's out of the way, the arm will swing all the way around at the shoulder. You can bend his arm at the elbow 90 degrees. And he does have a swivel at the bicep. So he has some G.I. Joe battle grip. Yes, if the figure's looking a little stiff to you here, the way I'm manipulating it, it is very stiff. You know, if you paid attention to the opening title card, he was still in the box. I hadn't taken him out of the box yet before I did this review. That's the same way with all of them this month. I've been doing some remodeling in my home, and it's been a pain to play with a lot of the new toys. So, not everybody's had a chance to get loosened up. At any rate, we can twist him at the hip, so he's got some dance moves going there. We can spread his legs apart into a full splits. He does have a thigh cut, so you can rotate his legs at the thigh. You can raise his leg up at the hip a little greater than 90 degrees, and you can bend him at the knee greater than 90 degrees. So he has quite a range of motion going for him. Alright, let's transform Silverstreak. And it'll be a very simple procedure. We'll start by taking his arms, and you will stretch them out to the side. And then you're going to rotate them so that the tires face upwards. And next we're going to separate this section of his chest free and pull it up over his head. Then we're going to reach inside his hood, inside the chest, and we're going to close up this piece so that it seals off the hood. And we're going to twist him at his hips all the way around. We'll come back here to the back of the car, and we're going to press the legs together. And then we'll come down here underneath, and we're going to fold in his feet, or at least his feet supports. One doesn't want to clear. There we go. Then we're going to fold him up so that his waist goes inside his feet. And then you bring the legs down. So that they form the rear window. Let's separate them and see what we can do about shifting things here. Come on, boys. This is what I get for not taking the time to work with them a little bit. There's part of our problem. On the inside, these white flaps need folded up. Keep forgetting about those little flaps. And with those up and out of the way, the legs should fold inside. There we go. Now we're starting to get it to work. To fold inside and get the legs to collapse to form the rear of the car. Get this reattached. Alright, then with the top of it being on his back, should be able to line that up with the rest of the vehicle. Then we come up here and you're going to fold the arms underneath the car. And then you'll rotate them at the shoulder to bring them down. And then lastly, close the doors. And then there we have it. Silverstreak is in his alternate mode of a civilian car. In the old days, he was meant to transform into a Datsun Fairlady. Car sold by Nissan. Which was a popular thing. It was a popular car amongst changing robot toys. Since we not only had this one in its original form in Japan, but Prowl and Smokescreen are also variations of that car. As is the GoBot Zemon. He's also a Datsun Fairlady, so quite a lot of them out there. Now, of course, you can attach the guns all combined and form a super turret on the top of the car. Or the smaller ones can still be attached where they were originally and be mounted on the hood. And then there you have it. You got a nice attack car to go with it. And of course, for comparison's sake, here is the Earthrise Bluestreak, so that you can have a look. Now we get down to my thoughts. What do I think of Silverstreak? Well, having seen that there's been a fair amount of these toys flip-flopping with the name over the years, it's really hard to say. I mean, granted, yes, under the Buzzworthy Bumblebee name, he'll be a little more commercially available than many of the others that have come and gone. But again, this one is more designed for the purist fans of the Generation 1 era. So it's kind of, if it's one that's not your cup of tea, well, you're not really missing anything. But if it is one that you would like to have for your collection, I say go for it. You may find a reason to enjoy it, if for no other reason than to say that you now actually have a blue-colored Bluestreak, quote-unquote, in your lineup. At any rate, that's my review of the Legacy version of Silverstreak. I hope you all enjoyed it. Remember, if you do like the content that we feature here on this channel, please don't forget to like, share, comment, and subscribe. We do appreciate the feedback here. This is Sparkster1701 saying I will catch you all later.